Now, I have to be honest, I didn't really buy into the idea that this tie was massively in the balance and that this was going to be a really tough one for Liverpool coming into this, because I just had such confidence in the way that Liverpool were playing, and also looked at the way that Tottenham were playing, and I just thought here, with the Anfield atmosphere behind them and the quality that Liverpool have shown of late, they would just have too much for Tottenham, and that they would ultimately book their place in the Carabao Cup final. But I'll be honest, after watching Liverpool run out 4-0 victors there, I'm not sure I saw such a dominant performance coming, that Liverpool would basically demolish Tottenham from the first whistle to the last in the way that they did, and it was just so comprehensive, so comfortable, so convincing. It's an unbelievable performance, and I know you can bring the kind of standard of the opposition into this, and Liverpool have beaten Real Madrid this season, they've thrashed Man City here, they've thrashed Bayer Leverkusen, who are a great side as well, they've had some really good wins, I mean even Bournemouth at the weekend. But for me, in terms of the level of control and confidence and complete dominance of the match from start to finish, this is arguably up there as one of the performances of the season from me. I just can't believe the degree to which Liverpool just had their foot on Spurs' throat from the very first whistle, and there's no question whatsoever that they deserve to run out 4-0 winners. Sometimes you get a scoreline like that and your finishing's just really good, or a couple of things have gone for you. Nothing like that. Liverpool deserve to win by 4 goals, and they deserve to win 4 goals to nil, because they created so many chances and he gave Tottenham absolutely nothing. A Tottenham side who had a confidence boosting win over Brentford, didn't they, coming into this, and maybe they thought that would give them a little bit of a blueprint to be a bit more defensively solid. Nothing of the sort. Liverpool just blew them away from the off, and it's not just that 4-0 scoreline. As I say, you look at the underlying statistics behind this result and it's absolutely deserved. I mean, 3.82 expected goals for Liverpool and 0.18 expected goals for Tottenham. The shot count 26-5 and the shots on target count 10-0. And to be honest, rather than going into 3 players in this video, I actually want to delve into that aspect of it, the complete control and dominance that Liverpool had, and focus on that as my first kind of talking point, because it's unprecedented really. It's why I kind of put it up there as one of the best performances of the season, because I'm not sure that Liverpool have limited a side in the way that they did today. It was just from the very start really in complete control, and the touches in the opposition box really underlines that. Liverpool have 54, so they were just constantly in the Spurs box, constantly trying to create chances, constantly causing threat. And Tottenham managed 8, which is they just could not lay a glove on them. And I think that's kind of particularly interesting, because we know Tottenham are a very attacking side, aren't they? They do throw people forward. You think about the 6-3 win earlier in the season, that was down to Tottenham not giving up on kind of what their identity is, and still trying to get players forward, still trying to cause threat, still trying to score goals. But even allowing for that, they just couldn't do that here. They always want to play in that way if possible. And yes, they were a little bit more conservative at times, but at the point you go 2 or 3-0 down, you can open up a bit, you can take risks, you should do. And they were doing that and still not being able to cause any problems to Liverpool. I think that's what makes it so impressive really, is there was no effect of the game state on this. There was no effect of Tottenham trying to throw men forward. They just weren't able to lay a glove on Liverpool at all. And made me think of comments that I've seen on YouTube recently, actually. A lot from Feyenoord fans saying that typically Arne Slot's team get better in the second half of the season. That is something that they've noticed at Feyenoord, and if that is the case for Liverpool, then it looks really, really interesting if we're seeing the start of it, because I think it's not just this performance that we've seen a real level of control and a really high level of performance, but I think in general really the performances levels have upped in recent weeks. We saw that little dip that Liverpool had where they won 1 in 4, and that was against Accrington. Obviously one of those games that they didn't win was the first leg against Tottenham, where maybe a bit unlucky but not the best performance there. But since then, they've got over that minor wobble, barely any defeats in there, a few draws, and they've just stepped it up a level. And I think, again, this was kind of the real evidence that we've seen of that. I think we've seen really confident and competent performances against Brentford, brilliant against Bournemouth at the weekend, but this was just on another level in terms of the control against a side who want to attack, want to try and hurt you. And they just couldn't do that, and Tottenham also could not stop Liverpool hurting them. So it's just unbelievable really to think that Liverpool are going to up it a little bit further from here, and if they keep putting in performances of this level over the remainder of the season, then I'm pretty sure they're going to end up with more than one trophy under their belt. And I mean, it's a huge achievement from Arne Slot, the fact that he's got his side playing this well. And we spoke about the way that they were playing at the start of the season, but if there is more to come from this Arne Slot team, and we're starting to see it now, then it's just going to be a remarkable debut season for him at Liverpool, isn't it? And what a manager he has proven to be. What an appointment from Richard Hughes, who was sat in the director's box just behind me. He looked like he was really enjoying what he was watching. He has found an absolute gem there in Arne Slot, hasn't he? And of course Liverpool have now booked a trip to Wembley and a chance for Arne Slot to get that first piece of silverware on board, which is important, not just because it's obviously to win a trophy for Liverpool is massive, but I think also it could set Liverpool up, couldn't it, in terms of giving them extra confidence, giving that kick over the line and the belief that this squad under this manager can win trophies and they can go on and get a few more this season. So yeah, not a bad start to that in terms of getting to the final. Let's see what Liverpool can do now against Newcastle. Now there are a couple of individual performances I want to delve into. It was really, really hard to pick these out, by the way, because I thought to a man Liverpool played well today. The couple I'm going to say I'm leaving out now: Van Dijk, ridiculous. Andy Robertson, he's come really back into form. Curtis Jones, great. Mo Salah, of course. But I'm going to pick out a couple, as difficult as that was to do, and I'll start with Conor Bradley at the back. I mean, obviously, if you're coming into this as a Spurs fan, you'd maybe look at the fact that Trent Alexander-Arnold's not there and think, okay, maybe that gives us a bit of hope. That's one of Liverpool's best players. But it's really unfortunate for Spurs that Conor Bradley is the man to come in, because he is an absolutely unbelievable right back in his own right, isn't he? I mean, he completely pocketed Son from start to finish here, really. So good on that defensive side. We didn't see Son outside of that one shot he hits the bar with late on, which again is a nothing opportunity, really. 0.03 expected goals that's worth. So if he scores there, sometimes you have to hold your hand up, but he didn't get anything out of Bradley other than that, really. That shot from a really tight angle that you almost let him have. And you look at Bradley's statistics here in terms of the defensive aspects of the game: 8 duels won, which is more than anybody else on the pitch in the match. 2 out of 3 tackles won. And I thought his crunching tackle on Son actually in the first half really got the crowd going. I mean, the atmosphere tonight was fantastic, but moments like that help build it up even further. And he's done that again he did it against Mbappe, he did it against Son, who is arguably Tottenham's best player. And these moments are big, big tackles like that, they can get the crowd on your side, they can get things up and up the atmosphere and make it even more difficult for the opposition. So, you can't even put kind of words to how important moments like that are in matches. So defensively, absolutely fantastic. But you almost think, okay, if he's going to be brilliant defensively, and we know he's maybe a little bit of a step up from Trent Alexander-Arnold, is he just one of those right backs who, he can always pocket his man, but he can't really do much going forward? Not a chance of that. I thought he was absolutely fantastic in his work going forward as well. He's very different to Trent in terms of the way he does it. He's a different sort of fullback. He's not that passing progressor, but he likes to dribble, he likes to drive forward, almost like a central midfielder, a Steven Gerrard type drive through those central positions. He does it in that way and completes 3 out of 4 dribbles, and one of them, of course, is when he sets up Szoboszlai for the goal. That's just a great touch, great passing behind, real awareness of what's around him, and he's just capped off a fantastic attacking performance, but also a fantastic defensive performance, and he was right up there for man of the match for me. A really, really good performance from him, and it makes you think, if Trent Alexander-Arnold does go at the end of the season, we all hope that is not the case. For me, Conor Bradley should be the starting right back for Liverpool. He plays the role in a different way, but he's definitely, without a doubt for me, Liverpool quality, and I think Liverpool should be looking for a backup on that side rather than instead should be promoting Conor Bradley to first choice, because he is that good, and Liverpool are very fortunate to have him as a backup at the moment. And one more player I want to focus on as well. As I said, it was very difficult to pick these out, but I thought Szoboszlai was absolutely fantastic again tonight. I mean, I mentioned his goal there, really composed finish, really like that. And on the attacking side of things, 5 chances created, 5 shots. We're seeing more and more from him in terms of attacking, aren't we, at the moment? It was a criticism at the start of the season, but he's just getting better and better in terms of delivering on that. And great to see him get another goal, which is great for his confidence. And of course, you don't lose anything on the defensive side. His work rate is outrageous. 3 out of 3 tackles won, 7 out of 14 duels won. And as I say, just think he's getting better and better every week. Slot is getting even more out of him. I thought we saw him, Jurgen got a lot out of him. Of course, he was a key player for Liverpool, but I think Slot's getting even more as he gets older. He gets more settled into this league as well. That also helps, and he's just an absolutely fantastic player, isn't he? And I think he proved it again tonight. Absolutely key. But of course, they're all pretty much fantastic players, and I think they all really did play well today, which is why they absolutely demolished Tottenham, as I say, to book that Wembley that Wembley trip yet again, and Liverpool get the chance to defend the trophy there, and let's hope it can be another Wembley win. Of course, before that is on March 16th, that final against Newcastle, which we'll all look forward to. But before that, there's a lot coming for Liverpool. Of course, the fact they've got to the final means they've now got away trips to Everton, Aston Villa and Manchester City this month, so it's a really tricky month. So they've got to kind of park that Wembley final that's coming up and really focus on this Premier League title charge, because so many key fixtures coming up in that. But it's an exciting time, I think, to be a Liverpool supporter, and lots to look forward to in the coming months, and another trip to Wembley as well, because they are always exciting, aren't they? So do let me know in the comments what you thought of the performance. How good were Liverpool today? Was that the best performance of the season? For me, in terms of I think in terms of completeness of the performance, for me, that is right up there, maybe my favourite performance I've seen so far this season. But do let me know what you think, and of course, if you can like and subscribe, always massively appreciate that, guys. Getting huge growth on the channel. I had my best month in January, so thank you to everyone who watches. I actually met a few people who watched the videos at Anfield in the past couple of weeks, so great to see everyone, and really appreciate that. But I'm going to wrap it up there and say I'll see you guys very soon.